I am so excited. I have a celebrity here. It's not often I get to meet an international celebrity. Thank you for joining me, Widow Twankey.
Hello, Mai. It's very nice to see you in your little boudoir with your costume rail behind you there. I'm very in awe of the little purple number that's just behind you there. Very nice.
See, I should have worn my velvet and sequins. I'm very underdressed for the occasion.
Well, I think that's a rather fancy little cardigan you're wearing, Mai. Don't
That's
you
my
do
Christmas.
yourself down. Well, it's very festive, yes. And little reindeers with a little red nose, just like mine. Look.
Now, I'm really sad because everything's changed this year. Are you keeping safe and healthy?
Yes, I am, mine. Normally at this time of year, I'd be out saving the world. It's a tradition I have every Christmas time. You'll quite often find me defeating baddies, slaying dragons, and quite often climbing up to the top of large vegetables to defeat giants. You being from the colonies, Mai, of course, you're probably not very aware of our pantomime tradition. But given the dark days of the COVID restrictions, along with a lot of my sisters who would normally be out saving the world, currently I'm just locked down in my modest accommodation, looking after myself. I do have Netflix though, Mai, and that's keeping me occupied for box sets, and I do like a good zombie film. I like the zombies because they're very slow moving and usually I can get away from them.
Well, I hear that although I can't see you in person this year, you're doing a very special performance this weekend. What is it for?
Well, yes, you're quite right, Mai. It's for the Bags of Love weekend, which is an online festival for all supporting people who don't have as much as some people do. It's all a nice way of people performing, and hopefully the audience will contribute towards the Bags of Love so that people can have a nice Christmas dinner and something in their cupboards this year. You've just disappeared, Mai. I can only see me.
Oh, well, I can see you perfectly.
Oh.
Now, I was wondering, are you going to do anything special?
Yes, I am, love. I'm going to be singing a few songs around the piano because that's a lovely family tradition, especially at Christmas time. I'll also be telling a few stories. As we all know, pantomime is basically a good old story and a nice piece of storytelling. And I've got a few little stories in my arsenal. So I'll be telling a few of those, singing a few songs, and generally just trying to mix and mingle with all the people that I unfortunately can't meet with this year.
Do you have a favorite Christmas song?
A favourite Christmas song? Well, I do like that lovely one that was sung by East 17. I like the Mohican one the best. Now, they're four a Cockney gentlemen from London. It's a very fancy ballad. And when they're singing, there's a lovely cascade of snow down on their Mohican heads. They're funny-looking chaps. They largely wear bin bags, which is, I suppose, why I find them very dear to my heart.
But do you ever have a Mohican? I think you'd really suit you.
Oh, yes, I did used to have a Mohican in the 1970s when punk rock was very popular. I used to hang around in London with a band called The Pogues that were from Ireland. I had a little tete-a-tete with their lead singer, a boy called Shane, down a tube station. It didn't last very long. Shortly after that, I met my Dick and we got married. But I was around during the days of the old punk rock scene, which is probably why to this day I like to keep my hair green.
Well, do you have any fashion tips for me, particularly going into the Christmas season?
Well, the problem I have at the moment is I can't see you anymore because I think somebody came and fiddled with my cable. Um, but what I would say is you've got a very charming face from my memory of you. And what that means, of course, is it doesn't matter what you wear. Many of the fantastic characters in and around pantomime, of course, have been women largely dressed in rags. So, of course, really, it doesn't matter at all what one wears. All that matters is the glowing of a good heart. Anything after that is merely a masquerade of costume. So, I think you would get away with wearing a sack.
Well, I think I can manage that. Thank you so much. I cannot wait to see you this weekend. And it's going to be a brilliant show. And you're going to have a special outfit for us, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, I thought I'd wear this one. I'm trying it out this afternoon while I do my recording because it's the colour of Christmas, isn't it? Red for the colour, red and sequins is the colour of Father Christmas, and of course green and mushrooms are the colour of the forest. The Green Man, the original bringer of the gifts at Christmas time. So, with your permission, I'll probably stay attired as I am.
Well, you're absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for being on my show, and we'll see you this weekend.
It was a privilege and an honour. And when all this lockdown is over, I think you and I can put a little sack on each other and go out and see what we can do for an evening, eh?